YJ or Youngjin Cubes has recently been releasing a number of cubes with relatively similar designs. However, consumers might wonder why the Chilong is more expensive, although the Sulong was released more recently. This is Shen from Kui Cubes, and today we discuss what the differences between the Chilong and the Sulong are in terms of design, performance, and overall feeling. The Chilong is $7 on the cubicle.us, while the Sulong is $6. Both are very cheap cubes considering other speed cubes with similar performance. There aren't any real differences to know between the stickers or the boxes that these cubes come with, and the two cubes are also identical in size and appearance, both being 56mm, the same size as something like the Mo Yu Weilong, and they both have the same unattractive logo that looks like it's from a cartoon from the 70s, which never seems to be printed on the center of the sticker. Both cubes can corner cut 45 degrees, however the corner cutting on the Sulong seemed to be a little bit more difficult. I have only had one pop on the Chilong so far, and I haven't yet had any corner twists on either of the cubes in the tensions that I have them in. Moving on to the hardware design, the corners of these cubes are identical to each other, however there are a couple differences which can be spotted on the edge pieces. The edge pieces of the Sulong are constructed of two pieces, well, the main piece and the cap. It does come apart occasionally when pulling out the piece. Opposing to this, an edge piece of the Chilong is made out of one piece, which somehow makes the cube feel sturdier. Another feature that the Chilong has and the Sulong doesn't is the existence of tracks, or rather dents, on the sides of the edge pieces, which are supposed to make popping harder as well as reducing friction between the cubies. So yes, you will feel that extra dollar you paid for the Chilong. Despite the similarity that these two cubes have in terms of design, my impressions after I have done many solves on both of them are completely different. The Sulong, being the cheaper one of the two, has a crunchier and rather airy feeling, similar to the Huanying. I also had some lockup issues with the cube occasionally. On the other hand, the Chilong has a more buttery feel, however it isn't as buttery smooth as the Dian cubes. The turns sometimes seem heavier than the Sulong, however the cube doesn't have the lockup issues that the Sulong has, which is more important in my opinion. Although the Chilong is generally a more pleasant cube to solve, if you're getting your first speed cube coming from a Rubik's brand, the Sulong will still probably impress you. I don't think the speed of both these cubes will be a problem for anyone. However, if you are buying one of these cubes, you need to know what you're getting. But even though the Chilong is probably the better one of the two for most people, it is still not comparable to cubes like the Weilong or the Zhanxi. If you already have one of those cubes, you might want to still wait for a new YJ cube or just never get one. The only kind of people who I would strongly recommend this cube are people who really enjoy cubes that feel rather crunchy than buttery smooth. Overall, I will recommend the Chilong over the Sulong because the Sulong has several issues that might be annoying while solving, and compared to that, the Chilong will give you a much smoother and enjoyable experience. I will give a final grade of a B for the Chilong and a B- for the Sulong. If you're looking for a cube that's cheap, fast enough, enjoyable enough, and overall nice enough quality-wise, you might want to take a look at the YJ Chilong and Sulong.